Welcome to Let's Go Racing. I'm Dani Gibson here at Dick Jerardi, and on today's show we talk about local racing here at Parx. Horse of the Year Thorpedo Anna continues her reign with another win in the prestigious Apple Blossom. Top Pennsylvania bred sprinter Disco Ebo goes to Laurel Park, and we go back in time with the great of Fleet Alex. Much more. But we always love to talk about the great Smarty Jones, and lots to talk about. The documentary's out, the exhibit. What can people expect? Right, so Film Festival, downtown Philly today, exhibit here starting on Derby Day, some of Smarty Jones trophies, and we're about, what are we, Saturday? 5 days away from the announcement of the new class of Hall of Famers, and we're really hoping that Smarty Jones gets it. Well, if he wins, it'll be really awesome. A lot of people will be thrilled here, but fans will get to come to Parx Racing and walk around and see his Kentucky Derby winning trophy, his Preakness, and Mrs. Chapman kept all that fascinating memorabilia. So it'd be really cool to see fans get up close with it. Derby Day, when you wander in, you'll be able to see it. Well, we caught up with PTHA executive Jeff Matty on all the excitement.
The Ride of a Lifetime, the documentary that the PTHA, the horseman we produced, was selected as one of 3 finalists to be shown at the Philadelphia Spring Film Festival. So 12 o'clock today will be our airing. We're very honored to be in that category, to be chosen as one of the 3 finalists. And I know the horseman couldn't be more excited. I couldn't be more excited, and it's great. You know, 21 years later, and Smarty is still getting us excited. I hear there's going to be a Smarty Jones exhibit, a museum, if you will, right at Parx on Kentucky Derby Day. Yep, this year, May 3rd, 2025, we are going to open up the Smarty Jones Museum. It's going to be an exhibit. It's going to showcase his Derby trophy, his Preakness trophy. We're going to have a wall mural of all the collage and all the journey that he took us on back in 2004. Could not be more excited. We have John Service, we have Mrs. Chapman. They are very much excited, counting down the days. It's a long time coming, and we cannot wait to display this to the public. Now, on the 24th of this month, we will find out if Smarty Jones makes it into the Hall of Fame. Yeah. Wow, we are excited about that. Let's hope he does. Absolutely. You know, no matter what happens, win, lose, or draw, I think the Smarty Jones documentary, the museum on the first floor, if he gets the nod for the Hall of Fame, it would be a dream come true. But, you know, whatever happens, we're ready to continue his legacy forever here at Parx Racing. 21 years later, he's still a phenom in this area. People just love him. Yeah, it instantly takes you back to 2004. People know where they were at when they watched the Derby, the Preakness. Everyone remembers where they were at when they were heartbroken at the Belmont. So it's amazing that horse has taken us on this Triple Crown journey, and 21 years later, he's still taking us on a journey. So could not be more excited. Well, so cool. Fans will be able to come out, and Kentucky Derby Day, we have live racing here at Parx. Gates open at 10 a.m. So come up, get up close with the horses, and see the Smarty Jones stuff. Absolutely. 21 years, but it seems like yesterday. It certainly does. Well, let's get to some local racing here at Parx. This was our Parx picks. We're going to take a look back at Monday's 9th race. Post-time favorite, Jamie Ness, Liberty Debut. This horse was a beast in the paddock. Yeah, when I picked him last week, I knew he was going to be a short price, Dani, because of the numbers, but 1 to 5. But on paper, I mean, has every number. Supposed to win. He does. In Palm Island, my choice, second choice, Kate DeMassey, beautiful son of Uncle Mo. Love those sons and daughters of Uncle Mo. Well, here it is. Parx picks Monday's 9th race.
Jake Break Alley now has a clear-cut lead. Palm Island, Liberty Debut, those 2 chasing him, but Jake Break Alley, an uncontested lead, but here's Liberty Debut to press the issue. He's now just a neck back. Palm Island, he's in 3rd. Then it's Mr. Sandman, 4th. Re-Rally, he's in 5th. Then it's Try Harder, Disturbed, and a big gap back to Prince of Chill. And Liberty Debut sticks his nose in front. Jake Break Alley tries to counter on the outside. Palm Island, the opening quarter, 22-1. And it's Liberty Debut who has the lead, continuing to press. There's Palm Island, Jake Break Alley, Mr. Sandman. He's back into 4th and gaining 3 wide. They're chasing now Liberty Debut, who hits the top of the stretch with the lead on the outside. Mr. Sandman, Prince of Chill, in between horses, getting in gear. Try Harder is making a late rally. Liberty Debut trying to fend them off. Try Harder to the inside. Mr. Sandman to the outside, 16th left. And Liberty Debut, Try Harder continues to gain. Try Harder closing, and Try Harder up in the shadow of the wire.
Well, Try Harder with the upset, and Richie Vega and his team were going nuts, rightfully so. I caught up with one of the owners, Steve Appel, and Sal DeBunda were involved with this horse, and they were just thrilled. Yeah,
understandably, look, it looked like the race is over, right? Liberty de Bayou's out there, gets a loose little lead in the stretch, and Try Harder at 22-1 runs down the 1-5 shot.
Look, Sylvester never gave up. He saw Liberty de Bayou was struggling. He was on the wrong lead. He was getting tired. Sylvester just kept scrubbing, got that win, and that was the best race Try Harder has ever won. And I look forward to see him springing forward off that.
Good for them. And speaking of Hall of Famers, always nice to see Richie Vega back in the winners.
Oh, yeah, we love our Richie. Well, let's keep it going with some local racing. We're going to go to Tuesday's 9th race, optional claiming $100,000. So if you have $100,000, you can claim some of these horses out of this race. 6 furlongs. Post-time favorite ships in for Brittany Russell Rominski.
Yeah, Rominski, I mean, anytime Brittany comes in, have to take this horse seriously because, I mean, she's as good as it gets, coming off a 102 buyer. And the horse has won 1, 2, 3, 4, only 6 in a row, Danny, coming in.
Visan, the PA bred second choice money.
Visan has won a lot of money because he's won some big ones through the years around here.
Well, let's shake it up. It's Tuesday's 9th race.
Bernie's Mitts now has a length advantage. Hush and runs on in second. That's Trader's Luck, Debit Card, Windsor Gold. He's in 5th and beginning to gain. One more scoop, Rominski. He's in mid-pack, the back Paradise Valley and Visan. They're going to have to chase Bernie's Mitts, who takes them through the far turn through an opening quarter. 22-2. Bernie's Mitts has a clear-cut lead. Debit Card up to challenge on the outside. Windsor Gold full of run. One more scoop has some momentum. Then it's Rominski dropping back. Trader's Luck, Visan and Paradise Valley. They're moving from off the pace. They go around the far turn. Bernie's Mitts, Debit Card, Windsor Gold loom to his outside. 3 across the track. Windsor Gold full of run. Debit Card puts his neck in front. Windsor Gold tries to counter. One more scoop. Rominski has to do better. Debit Card has the lead. Windsor Gold chases 16th left. These two going to decide it on the outside. Windsor Gold up in time.
Well, it was a battle, but Windsor Gold, the Pennsylvania bred, the full brother to Cinnabunny, one of my favorite racehorses ever here at Parx, gets the win. Mike Moore, this is the start of good things to come for him this week.
Yeah, he had a week. Windsor Gold. This is a cool horse for sure. Did anybody claim this horse for 100? Did you go in?
No, I didn't.
But yeah, Mike's up to 29% at the meet. He is hot. Hey, look, he's been great for a long time, but he's on a roll.
Yeah, him and Hardesty Stable on the roll. Dexter Haddock, he is one of the strongest finishing jockeys here at Parx, and him and Chiappi were going at it, but he didn't get by Debit Card. Good win. But we're going to go to our first break, but we're going to go back 20 years to the great of Fleet Alex. We have an awesome feature for you coming up on Let's Go Racing.
Fleet Alex bursting away to lead by 2.5 lengths.
Now all of a sudden we're 3 for 3 and we're celebrating.
Fleet Alex won.
It's happening again. Those missed tackles are starting to stack up. Your friends pleading with players who can't hear them. Sweating it out week after week. But not you. Why? Because whether they score or not, there's always another way to win on the Parx app. New casino users score up to $1,000 bonus back in their first 24 hours.
The question a lot of people are asking themselves these days is, do I buy new or do I buy pre-owned? Here's what I'll tell you. New car inventories are still low and new car prices are still high. However, with the certified pre-owned Nissan at Chapman Nissan, we have a huge selection and you can save thousands over new. Plus a 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, roadside assistance, 1-year prepaid maintenance, and so much more. And not for nothing. Can you really tell the difference? I can't.
Well, we're back to Let's Go Racing, and we're going to go 20 years ago. I can't believe it's been that long. The magnificent of Fleet Alex on his Triple Crown run, and we have lots of cool history to show.
Yeah, I mean, look, a great story. Obviously, local owners, Chuck Zachney and 4 partners, including Joe Laro, Jen Reeves, and some others, to Timonian spent $75,000. It's the first horse they bought together. Man, they got a great 2-year-old and an even better 3-year-old, and one of the all-time fun Triple Crown runs for me and Bruce. It couldn't have been any more fun than hanging with a Fleet Alex.
The first time I saw Fleet Alex was at the Timonium 2-year-old and training sale.
He checked a lot of boxes, so we were very, very happy with everything that we saw about him, and we were somewhat surprised that we were able to get him for $75,000.
He stuck out to me, and Tim said that's the new Rocket, and I worked him. First time I worked him, we knew we had talent.
We took him to Delaware Park.
Nice debut for Fleet Alex.
Jeremy did a heck of a job teaching him to relax behind horses.
Fleet Alex under a hand ride down the lane.
He had just had a turn foot that was devastating in a race.
Then we go up to Saratoga.
For me to be going from a launch race at Delaware Park to the Sanford and then maybe the Hopeful, they were amazed that I was even thinking that.
Fleet Alex bursting away to lead by 2.5 lengths.
Now all of a sudden we're 3 for 3 and we're celebrating.
Fleet Alex won.
So the Champagne, not one of my favorite races. Johnny V, at the time, was the best rider in the country, maybe in the world. And he knew what he was doing right from the gate.
He was stuck down on the inside and really could not get out when he needed to get out.
He made the first move, I made the second move. Cost Alex the race. Johnny V beat me that day. It wasn't the horse.
Was disappointed at the time, but we're like, 5 starts, 4 wins in a second. It's not bad, but Tim wanted 2-year-old of the year for him. So he gave it some thought. He said, okay, let's go to the Breeders' Cup.
He didn't get the best trip there as well.
Fleet Alex the leader as they come down to the mid-stretch marker.
A horse came from way outside called Wilco.
And it's Wilco in front, and he's going to pull off a huge upset here.
And he finished second in the Breeders' Cup.
Pretty much every time he's gotten beat, except for the Rebel, it's usually a jockey error. I can point right where things went wrong.
After the Breeders' Cup, we took a Fleet Alex back to Delaware Park. He had filled out a lot more, he'd grown some. At that point, he was the winner book favorite for the Kentucky Derby. I had planned on going to Oaklawn Park for the winter. We picked out the Mountain Valley where he just blew by horses.
I think we galloped out in like 122 because we were trying to get enough air in them for the Rebel for the next race.
Clients that I had wanted a different rider. I was talked into putting Johnny Velasquez on the horse.
I said, let's be honest, I'm 5 years in. Johnny V's won everything there is.
They had some point to it because of Jeremy made a few blunders here and there.
We were certainly hoping for a really good effort.
And he came into the race great.
And they're off in the Rebel.
He didn't run very well. The head of the lane, he just had nothing, which is the first time that has ever happened.
Fleet Alex is all done.
He laid an egg. He came in last. We're like, what's going on?
Well, automatically, I just started walking and walked all the way back to the barn with him.
We get back to the barn. The first person there is Jeremy.
You could see he had like a greenish discharge coming out of his nostrils, so he obviously had some kind of a lung infection.
Jeremy, who lost the mount, is the first one back to see Alex, just to make sure he's okay. So we talk about it. We said, there's something with this horse and this jockey. We need to go back to him. Tim said, okay, I'll clean up the lung infection. We'll put Jeremy back on and we'll see what happens.
Told Mr. Zachney that fate is telling us that Jeremy's supposed to ride this horse.
Watching the races, we're yelling and screaming, let's go Alex, let's go Alex.
Wow, what a cool time for you guys. This is just part 1 of a 5-part series. It's going to be a lot of fun to go back in time with you guys. You must have a lot of memories.
Yeah, for sure. Look, it was a great run at Saratoga that summer. Didn't win the Breeders' Cup, unfortunately. It should have been the 2-year-old champ. It was easily the best 2-year-old. The next year, we're going to get to this in the next segment that Melanie put together, but the Arkansas Derby scene, and Bruce and I were there, just a celebration afterward, because they knew then they were going to make the Derby. And then the famous sort of untold story about what happened after the celebration when they were up with Charles Sella drinking some of his alcohol. I'll tell that story next week.
Oh, you guys want to hear that? Stick around. Well, let's get to some more local racing here at Parx. We're going to take a look at Wednesday's 8th race. Optional claiming $75,000. Big purse here, $50,000, 6 furlongs. Post-time favorite Dave DiTolo's Alchemism.
Yeah, Alchemism, obviously Dave, well known around here for Aoife's Magic, who he told us is just back in his training and getting close to a work. Can't wait for the daughter of Smarty Jones. And the 2 Mike Pino horses, the 1 and the 2, are both 2-to-1. Son of Thor on paper is probably the better one, is 1-2 straight off the claim.
Yeah, Paco Lopez up on Son of Thor. Here's the call, Wednesday's 8th.
On the inside, Coelho Pate, Son of Thor, tugging on the reins. He wants to get a little bit closer. Then it's Alchemism. Let's make it a double. Save a prayer at the back. 22-4 the opening quarter. They go into the far turn. Coelho Pate looking for his 4th straight win. Son of Thor looms to his outside. Alchemism, he's improving into 3rd. Then it's back to Let's Make It a Double. Nothing yet from Save a Prayer. And Coelho Pate and Son of Thor, these 2 on even terms. And Son of Thor hits the top of the stretch with his ears pricked. Alchemism to the outside. The half, 47-4. On the inside, Coelho Lopati, Son of Thor with the lead. Let's make it a double, getting in the mix late. It's Son of Thor. He has a clear-cut lead. Alchemism, let's make it a double. They're chasing, but Son of Thor has a 16th left. Son of Thor, let's make it a double, continues to try. Son of Thor, he puts the hammer down.
Well, Son of Thor gets the win. Paco Lopez, wow, they were just storming home. Mike Pino continues his reign here at Parx.
Speaking of hot, yeah, the only way Mike Pino gets beat is if he gets beat by Mike Pino. It's unreal, but yeah, Son of Thor, 3 straight after the claim for 16, just one for 75, as you said, on a roll. Over 40% winners at the meet.
I asked him, how do you celebrate? He goes, I sleep and I sleep well, and he just can't look forward to the next day. I mean, Mike's been in this game a long time.
Yes, he has.
He certainly knows what he's doing, but it's fun to see him have that big smile because he's a quiet guy. He stays.
Yeah, we wrote about it last week. He said, look, I've had some good streaks, but never a streak this long, this good.
A good moment for Mike Pino. Well, it's time for national races, and we go out to Laurel Park, the Grade 1 $1.25 million Apple Blossom, and Thorpedo Anna, heavy favorite, is back.
How heavy a favorite, Danny? How about 317,000 in the win pool out of 430? The show pool, the bridge jumpers arrived, 430,000 out of 542. This is as close to a sure thing as there is in life right now. Thorpedo Anna.
Some fillies and mares are going to try to take a swing at her. The only one that comes close, Where's My Ring? How do you think she stacks up?
So ran a big buyer number, 103, which is comparable to one of the best that Thorpedo Anna's ever done, but that was one time. Let's see her do it again.
Well, this is a once-in-a-lifetime filly. Here she is, Thorpedo Anna in the Grade 1 Apple Blossom.
Wild Bout Hillary, carving out the fractions, a length and a tail ahead. Thorpedo Anna right behind her, placed perfectly today by Brian Hernandez Jr. in a good gallop. And Thorpedo Anna is in the second position. Free Like a Girl third to the inside of Where's My Ring, who's patiently ridden. And she's right behind Thorpedo Anna as they hit the half-mile pole. Gap of 3 to Neon Beach and Sweet Alyssa as they go towards the far turn. No excuses here for Wild Bout Hillary. She's gotten a clear lead, but she's gone in a pretty good clip and hits the turn a half length in front. There goes Thorpedo Anna, though. Brian Hernandez Jr. lets her stride to the front, and she effortlessly goes by. Wild Bout Hillary second. Free Like a Girl trying to come on into the second position. She goes as Wild Bout Hillary weakens. Where's My Ring in the 3 path? As they come to the top of the lane, she's shaken up. Thorpedo Anna off the turn. Length and a half in front. Free Like a Girl trying to reel her in. Where's My Ring is third. Switching leads does Thorpedo Anna as she comes down the lane. 3 lengths ahead with a burst. Free Like a Girl is second. Where's My Ring is third with a 16th to go. Thorpedo Anna is now asked to finish, and she will. Wherever you may be, give a warm round of applause for the horse of the year, the champion.
Well, she does it again. Thorpedo Anna and Brian Hernandez just always in command. Had the race won whenever they wanted.
Yeah, it was never in doubt. I mean, he just sat second, blew the field away, won by more than 4 lengths. Danny, be back on Oaks Day.
Nice.
La Troyenne at Kentucky, at Churchill Downs. What's cool about this is Kenny is not like the rest of these trainers.
No.
He actually runs the horse. He loves to run her. And after this, she'll go up to Saratoga. Maybe we can catch her on Belmont Day. I would think at some point this summer, maybe tries the boys and like the Whitney, something like that. But she is just so cool.
Well, fans will get to enjoy her at Churchill Downs on Kentucky Derby Day. How cool is that? Well, let's go down to Laurel Park. It's the $100,000 Primanetta Stakes, 6 furlongs. Tipple is the favorite.
Tipple for Linda Rice, coming down from New York with good paper, as most Linda Rice horses have.
But she's to contend with our very own Butch Reed and Disco Ebo.
Disco Ebo, 3-2, another daughter of Katarina Disco, the amazing mare that just keeps producing winners and winners. Disco Ebo, if she wins here, is going to close on $800,000 in her career.
Well, she's one cool gal. Here it is, the Primanetta Stakes.
Into the turn, Disco Ebo from Mudslide. First Lady Rosalind third and getting a bit closer with 3 furlongs left to run. Tipple really has to roll now, and Admiral Hopper treads the field. Disco Ebo from Mudslide with First Lady Rosalind trying to make a menace up on the outside there. And here comes First Lady Rosalind, menacing move into second. In the meantime, Tipple Tipple under pressure on the far outside. Disco Ebo opens up into the stretch at the furlong pole with a 3-length lead. From between horses, Admiral Hopper on the outside. Tipple's trying to shift in. They're vying for second. First Lady Rosalind is backed out. Here's Disco Ebo in the Primonetta under Michael Sanchez.
Oh, she gets it done. Disco Ebo had it just always in command. She's just, what's so cool about her, she's so game, but she's so kind. She's so sweet to be around. Loves hugs, snuggles, and Butch Reed closing in on a big number.
Yeah, 998 as we speak, looking for 1,000. Maybe get it this weekend, we'll see. But Disco Ebo, Danny, 32 starts, 13 wins, 3 seconds, 6 thirds. Congratulations to our buddy Glenn Bennett. He's got a really good, cool mare here.
Yeah, she's the epitome of a racehorse. Well, we're going to stay at Laurel Park. This is the $100,000 Native Dancer, a mile and an eighth, and our good pal Speediness, post-time favorite.
And that's what he is. He's Speediness, trained by Jamie Ness, and he's going to be on the lead. And the question is, can he hold? Will somebody go with him and hassle him? If they don't hassle him, he never gets beat.
Well, Film Star, we see Linda Rice. She shipped a few down, and she's second choice here.
Yeah, Linda Rice is just, Linda wants, win enough races in New York, you got to come down to the Mid-Atlantic. Oh, just kidding. Always nice to see Linda come down.
Linda means business when she shows up. Well, here it is, Dave Rodman's calling of the Native Dancer.
Speediness, Film Star. Speediness just in front from Film Star by a neck. Down the backstretch in the muddy going. It's 4 lengths back and feeling woozy, spying the pace from third. Another 7 back, Catalea Strike. Another 8 or 9 back. And Curlin's Malibu is last a long way. Got to be 25 lengths off the lead now. Heading into the far turn run, Speediness and Film Star is trying to keep up. Asks the question from second. Another 3 to feeling woozy, still in third position as they round the far turn, half-mile left to run. Catalea Strike, still about 9 off the speed of Speediness. And trailing the field is Carolyn's Malibu. Speediness from Film Star. Ridden along, now falls a length of 3/4 behind that leader, Speediness. Speediness, Film Star still trying under a ride. Catalea Strike is coming alive with a big run now. And here comes Catalea Strike. Catalea Strike is taking aim at Speediness, top of the stretch. Film Star driven in the second spot. Catalea Strike shifting toward the middle of the track, still coming with a sustained rally at the 3/16 pole and upper stretch of the Native Dancer. Speediness, Catalea Strike draws alongside, tried to shift in and is straightened now by Jevian Toledo. Catalea Strike striking the front from Speediness. Then it's Curlin's Malibu, who is so far back, moving into third. Catalea Strike in the Native Dancer.
Well, Speediness gets beat. Catalea Strike, Jevian Toledo here. Look, he broke awkwardly this horse, but then he just ran Speediness down.
Yeah, again, Speediness got harassed early. If he's clear, he's not going to get beat. But yeah, major credit to the winner. But Speediness now at 417,000 in 14 lifetime starts.
Well, that was rude of Catalea Strike.
It was 19 lifetime starts. Let me correct myself, but it was rude. You're not supposed to be beating our man Speediness. What are you doing? Get out of here.
Well, we're going to go to another break, but we have so much more coming up. Jockey and Trainer of the Week and Best of the Rest. You don't want to miss it.
Turning for Home is a nonprofit that has provided for over 4,000 former racehorses with a safe retirement.
These brave warriors do so much for the fans, and we want to make sure they're taken care of.
It's a group effort by all the owners and the trainers, and we've helped so many horses.
Responding to the need of a better system that addressed the uncertain future for the retirement of the equine population at Parx Racing, the PTHA rallied horsemen to support the program.
It's awesome. I mean, these are the things that we deal with every day that put us into the game and make the game great. Without the horses, we have nothing.
Turning for Home became the first on-track retirement program at a year-round racetrack.
Aftercare, it takes all of us, and every single person is responsible for it. These horses give us everything on the track. It's up to us to give them everything off the track.
If you would like to help these amazing animals find a great second career and forever home, please contact us at turningforhome.org.
This is Parx.
This is how you roll, this is how it goes. This is how you pop, this is how you rock. Take a chance, do a dance, little romance. This is how you. This is how you win. This is how you excite, this is how you all night. 360 hit me, now we're going all in. I can feel it calling, the crowd, the light, the night, the sights, the vibe is right. This is how you. This is
Parx, Pennsylvania's #1 casino experience. This is how you win.
Well, we're back on Let's Go Racing, and it's time for Jockey of the Week. We have lots of very capable jockeys here at Parx, but who gets it this week? Sponsored by Novacare. Congratulations to Gene Aguilar, who hit the early double at Parx on Tuesday, making him our Jockey of the Week, sponsored by Novacare, the power of physical therapy. Now it's time for this week's Trainer of the Week, brought to you by the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Congratulations, Bobby Moscow, some powerful wins and in-the-money finishes, making him our Trainer of the Week. The PTHA proudly partners with the Tunnel to Towers Foundation to bring this week's Trainer of the Week. What a week Bobby Moscow had, and he trains Counter Spy.
Yeah, this is one of the really cool horses. I talked to Jack Armstrong. They claimed it for $40,000 last year. He'd had a horse claimed off of him like 3 weeks before Center Court Champ by Jamie Ness. So then they claimed this horse for $40,000, and boy, has he been cool. Over $200,000, one of the best ever, and I mean, just does nothing but win. When you put this horse loose in the lead, it's not a horse that Parx can beat.
Oh, he looks fabulous, and he's going to be a lot of fun to watch this year. Counter Spy, can't wait to see him next on the track here.
And I wrote about it on Let'sGoRacingParx.com this week. Read all about it.
Good story. Well, it's time for another Turning for Home family photo. Pennsylvania-bred Bucks are moving. He was retired by trainer Kate DeMassey and loved by her whole barn. Right here at Parx, you can see her assistant Pam. And he lives with Kate now. And one of her good friends is here jumping him. And he's under the Turning for Home protection, so he'll always have a place. But he actually went home with Kate DeMassey. How cool is that?
Kate, very nice of you to take this horse out.
Well, it's time for Best of the Rest. We go to Keeneland, the Grade 3 Lexington. 3-year-olds trying to get some Kentucky Derby points here, and lots going on here, DJ.
Yeah, just not enough points even for the winner, who's going to be the number 6 here, Gosker, who's been kind of prompting the pace the whole way for Brendan Walsh. This is a son of Nyquist. Maiden breaker at Gulfstream last time. Going to win clear over Bracket Buster, who's a bomb at 25-1. The disappointments were Bullard, no good at the 3, and Prater, no good. They were the 2 favorites. They just did not fire.
Yeah, no more Kentucky Derby points. We'll see what happens. Well, let's go down to Florida Gulfstream Park, Sunday's 7th race, 7 furlongs. Why do we care? Because Uranium's in there for our good buddy Jack Armstrong. Peter Walder is the trainer, and Jesus Rios just sitting a nice stalking trip here.
Yeah, Jack won 2 Monday here at Parx. This is a race Sunday, as Danny said, at Gulfstream. Uranium is going to win this thing by a hit at the end. Uranium for our man Jack Armstrong.
Yeah, split foes to get up the inside. Nice win there. Let's go to this week's PTHA Trophy race. It was Tuesday's 3rd race. Our Uptown girl stumbles at the break, but she rallies for a big win.
Yeah, we mentioned how hot the Michael Moore barn is, and it continues with our Uptown girl. She's going to get up and win this in the end, Danny, by almost 2 lengths at the wire.
Yeah, 6.5 furlongs, a good distance for this filly, and I caught up with the winning conditioner after the race. With Mike Moore, you just won our trophy race. I mean, she totally missed the break, but she rallied for a big run.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Andy did a good job of just staying on, because when she broke like that, I was like, oh, I was like, God. So I knew she had a big shot to win, but Andy stayed on, got her back in the contention, and she basically held on there at the end, which was good.
Well, it's time for Ion Racing, and a lot of things going down at Laurel Park today. 5 stakes, lots of Parx horses to look out for.
So the King Leatherberry, you got 4 Harp for Butch Reed, and Whitty is in there, the PA bred. We've seen him many times. The Weber City Miss, Hollywood Beauty from Mariah Montoya. Then the Tessio, which is the Preakness Prep, and if you win it, you get expenses paid into the Preakness. We got Right Wing Runner for Scott Lake. We got Kentucky Outlaw, undefeated in 2 starts, looking impressive for Felissa Dunn, and Happy Delusional for Lou Linder. So a lot of Parx horses at Laurel. It's a great card. It's a Preakness Prep card. Also down at Oaklawn, if you're interested, the Oaklawn Handicap, our boy Skippy Longstocking, the PA Derby grad from 2022 when Table won it. He's at $3.4 million and counting. He won the race last year and he'll be favorite this time.
Well, lots of fun handicapping to do today. Maybe DJ will be playing a contest?
I am going to play the Laurel contest if I like the card. I haven't done the work yet, but I'm about to do it.
Well, I won't be playing a contest, but I'll be definitely wagering down at Laurel Park.
Mark,
and I'm
if you like something, send me
horses.
some text, please.
Oh, I will.
I'm looking for inside info.
All right, I will get right on that. We're going to go to our final break, but we have so much cool stuff coming up. We got Parx picks. We're going to have a little fun with our Let's Go Racing team coming up.
It's happening again. Those missed tackles are starting to stack up. Your friends pleading with players who can't hear them. Sweating it out week after week. But not you. Why? Because whether they score or not, there's always another way to win on the Bet Parx app. New casino users score up to $1,000 bonus back in their first 24 hours.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parx Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parx is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. It is time for Parx Picks. We're going to take a look at Monday's 9th race, 6 furlongs, optional claiming, $50,000 is the purse. This is a pretty solid field. What are you thinking?
Nay, dude.
Okay.
Our man Michael Moore, we've talked about how hot he is, closing on 30% at the meet. Hell, he might be there by the time that this comes around. It's interesting. He had the horse, lost the horse to Michael Pino, then claimed the horse back, won immediately. Why wouldn't he continue to win? Has the what I think is the right style here, Danny. There's like 4 need the lead types. This horse is not a need the lead type. I think can close and win it.
Yeah, he's a nice, powerful horse, owned by my good friends with KCK Racing. I am going to go for a closing type. Yuletide Gallop, Lou Linder, Dexter Haddock. Look, this horse will be close, but he's going to have an outside post. Hopefully he uses that. Dexter's a really strong finishing rider and should get pretty good odds here. Good son of Take Charge Indy.
Ooh, we love those sons.
We like that. Well, we have lots coming up. We are back on NBC Sports. Finally, we will be back on there May 3rd, Kentucky Derby Day.
NBC Sports Philly. Do not miss us 10 a.m. on Saturday mornings. We're back where we belong.
We are. But you guys having breakfast on Saturdays. And our Gate to Wire podcast was a lot of fun. Dick, Bruce, and I got to talk with Rodney Eckenrode, and Smarty Jones was there.
Exactly. Rodney, of course, runs the show at Equistar Farm out in Annville, not far from Harrisburg. And Smarty Jones is the star. And when you see this, this is awesome because you're not just going to see Rodney, you're going to see Smarty Jones hanging out in the stall, the double wide, right behind Rodney.
He was with us the whole podcast. Well, the AI action figure craze went viral this week, and this is the Let's Go Racing team having a little fun. Is action figures. Bruce Casella, of course, with his boat.
Of course.
Me with my microphone and my program and my Parx vest.
Of course.
And you with your basketball in the daily racing form.
Yeah, what else? Great job by our good friend Danielle Montgomery who put all this together. But yeah, there we are, the 3 of us. What are we doing?
I think we look pretty cute. Who wouldn't want a Let's Go Racing action figure?
I don't know who would want them, but...
Well, that wraps it up for us. What a great show. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time on Let's Go Racing.
Off and racing in the Parx Pennsylvania Derby in a flawless beginning, and seize the ray. He's going to seize the day in the Pennsylvania Derby. Here comes Thorpedo Anna, a 16th left to go. Thorpedo Anna, the Grizzly has the heart of a lion. Thorpedo Anna gets the win, a narrow victory in the cotillion.